Hi, I'm Vanessa Stoykov and welcome to Flourishing After 50. Today we're talking about a topic that so many of us have top of mind. Do we help our adult children get into the property market? Cathy and John have written in asking that question. They've got a daughter who's almost 30, who's saved up 60 grand with her partner, but is some way off having a deposit to afford a home. So do Cathy and John give up some of their retirement savings or savings for their daughter? And they have more than one child. Do they go guarantor on the loan, or do they do something entirely different? To talk this through, I've asked expert financial advisor Harry Moustakas to join me to really lay out what Cathy and John have got to think about before making this important decision. Harry Moustakas, thank you for joining me on the show.
Pleasure.
What should Cathy and John be thinking about as they go through this process?
First thing we talk about and what we ask is for them to think about themselves. What's their future going to look like? What's a great life look like for them in the next 7-10 years or so before they can start then thinking about their kids? Normally what happens when they start talking about themselves and about their own great life, they'll start thinking through about what do they want to do for their children, their own travel, their own other ambitions and goals that they do have. Once we start getting some clarity around their own goals, then we can start bringing it back to what it is exactly they want to do for their kids, when they want to do it, and what does that look like, especially where they've got more than one child.
Yeah, and look, it's so natural as a parent, isn't it, to want to put your kids first, because from the minute they're born, they're more important than you. They're, your focus and your world. But you said something then that really stuck with me. What's your great life? And a lot of the time we don't even stop and think about our own great life. We worry, have we got enough? But we don't sit and plan, what would we want our life to look like, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think we talk a bit about trade-offs, right? And that is if I want to enjoy all these things and help my children, well, I may be able to do all of that because I'm in a financial position that I can do it. But if I can't do it, then we need to prioritise. And what are our priorities? What's the most important thing for us? And how do we then, if our children are a priority, well, but then it's a trade-off discussion to say, well, if you really want all these things and you want this, what has to give? And that's where it comes in. Okay, well, we've got to be realistic in some respects that you may not be able to afford everything. So what do we need to do? And how do we reprioritise?
It is a whole new life design, isn't it? It's very different than where you've been.
Absolutely, yeah. And look, communication throughout all of this process will always be the key. It's important for for them to seek financial advice and communicate, but also amongst themselves, it's important to communicate as to what they really want together, and then communicate all of that to their kids.
Yeah.
So that everybody's pretty well on the same page as they progress forward.
One of the things I see in this letter and I hear a lot is you don't want to let your kids down, right? I mean, this kid wants to get into a home, obviously wants to have a family or whatever. Do you ever have to break the news to the children? Because how do you tell your adult children, no, we want to help you, but we can't afford to?
For them, they need to get their own clarity, which means let's model our own scenario, make sure we're okay. And if we're not going to be okay, well, then it's a conversation with the kids. Say, hey guys, look, if we do this for you, this is the impact back on us. So, we can't do it. We can't. Maybe there's another way we can do things. There's some other way we can help you. Maybe it's a lesser amount if it's a gift or a loan. Going guarantor, it's not something we're willing to risk, or it may be something they're willing to risk once they hear all the risks. So it does come back down to them firstly having some clarity for themselves, and therefore the more clarity they have, the more of an understanding of their situation they have, that will give them more confidence in their own decision making.
So it is like that aeroplane, put your own mask on before you put someone else's on.
Yeah.
Or I love that saying, don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm, right?
Put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Make sure you're financially strong. And the stronger you are, the more you're able to help your children. And also get them educated, get them to seek some advice. As I said, maybe pay that consultation fee. That could be a great investment for you to do that.
An investment in I love it.
An investment in reality too.
Yes, that's true. An investment in reality. Harry, thank you so much for joining me and giving us your expertise.
No, pleasure. Thank you.